Education Building as the in-person site. So you know what the norms are. The meeting is being recorded and will be posted subsequent to the meeting for public viewing. Please type your name in the chat so that we can record our attendance for today.
Say it again, artist.
So as you know, we have been collaborating to support those social, emotional lived conditions that our students experience to help them to be as successful as they can be and that we all desire. And we spent our first several years very immersed in early learning and in elementary school supports, wraparound funds, expanding ECAP. Primarily, there are others that will be summarized in the annual report that you all will be getting shortly. So you can take a look at that and get a refresher. So we are continuing the work and expanding to look at the kinds of supports, wraparound supports that are needed for middle and high school students. So that's the purpose of the discussion today. We have certainly raised this a few times, and so we're going to go through the background of how we got here. We're going to ask you for some discussion around a proposal and next steps. So again, can you move the location of this for me, please?
Yeah.
So again, over the past several years, our efforts have focused on early care and K-5 education. The members of the work group and Jeff and I are interested in expanding the focus for wraparound services to middle and high school. And in doing so, we are very anxious to develop a comprehensive plan that supports the needs of middle and high school students that live in the city of Wilmington. We're proposing that we take a look at the assets that we currently have, and in the short term, to look at supporting high school wraparound services through the Boost initiatives. There are available Reading funds that could be allocated to support wraparound services this year. And the funds, again, we are requesting your consideration for those funds to support the Boost initiative. The Boost initiative targets Wilmington residents that are high school age, and the purpose is to just wrap supports around them, and the supports vary from student to student to improve their high school graduation success rate. There are a number of districts that are collaborating to provide the Boost initiative. Well, we want to be student-centric. And so regardless of the district that a child attends, if that child is a high school student and a resident of the city of Wilmington and believes that they or their counselors or school personnel believe that they would benefit from Boost support, then those students can be served. The long-term goal, again, is to develop a sustainable collaborative strategy for wraparound services for secondary students that include the range of districts, charters, VOTECs, and subsequent years, the Wilmington Learning Collaborative. We want to be in alignment. So the motion is to approve the use of the funds from the Reading Consortium budget allocated for wraparound services to support high school students living in the city of Wilmington through the Boost initiative over the next 3 years. So that is the motion. And I'll have discussion on the motion. I'm gonna bring the people back up so I can see them. Thank you, Ms. Masters. I think we're good. Okay. Thank you. If you have questions or thoughts, it doesn't have to be a question, it may be a comment. Please unmute yourself. I'm speaking to members of the social determinants work group. We need to see the other people. Oh, you have to, I guess I have to scroll down. People with questions.
Ray, I don't see any hands up. I can see the full screen, Ray, if that helps.
Yeah, that's helpful.
I can see, we have Kristen Dwyer, Terry Lawler, Tamara Smith.
No,
Oh, did we lose Dr. Johnson?
I see her name, but I don't see a camera on.
Oh, there she is. Okay. Hello. And then we have Evelyn, Edney, we have Roger, we have Darrell, Cora, and Dawn. So no hands went up or anything of the like for comment or discussion at this point. So I guess Darrell has a comment.
Hey, just a question. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Just with regards to the since we're saying high school students and wellness centers, and I know the discussion was to look at assets in terms of what available services are, and is that available outside of the kind of centralized wellness centers that are already available at high schools?
So Darrell, we talked a little bit about the expanding this beyond just the boost effort as in terms of the long-term conversation. So I think it's on the table for discussion in terms of that long-term goal. And also part of the long-term goal is not just the high school, but also looking at 8th graders coming up from the middle school to the high school. But that's more the long-term conversation that we want to have with this group. So the short term is just to get the existing collaborative work going on between the districts to be supported for the next 3 years through the boost collaboration that we've kind of entered into for the last 2 years. Is that, I don't know, it doesn't answer your question directly. I feel like I'm giving you the double talk answer we usually always.
No, I get it. This is boost specific and not necessarily looking at
Yeah.
And I think, and again, from my mind, I think one of the things we probably need to make sure is the students who are connected through Boost are also indeed connected, or at least have made attempts to connect them to our various wellness centers.
Correct. Agreed, Darrell. I think that's something that we can work on with our current graduation coaches to get them aligned to that support. So that's a good point.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
I think Kirsten had
Kristen had her hand up as
Kristen.
well. I see Miss Eller, Karen, your hand, but I don't know, are you on this work group or are you a Reading member? You're
No,
part of
she-
the public. We're gonna have public comment.
When we have the public
Shortly.
comment, we'll call on Ms. Eller.
Yeah, I don't want to be ignoring you. So we definitely we'll get your comment later.
I
Kristen?
don't have a question anymore. Darrell actually clarified at the end. I was a little confused as to how wellness centers fit in, but that was clarified. So thank you.
Okay, great.
So the motion is a short-term action item.
That's correct.
The longer term, which not too long and not too very far in the future, hopefully we'll tee up the first segment of planning this summer to take a look at a comprehensive plan, which would include integration of services and identifying gaps, and depend on you all working in the secondary space to lead those conversations.
I would like to be a part of that, but I'm assuming that's an open invitation to all the members in the committee, as it'll be a part of a summer type meeting.
Possibly, yes.
That is an open
Okay.
invitation to all social determinant work group members.
I'm planning to reach out to those who haven't, call each work group member over the course of the summer to identify those who have an affinity for this space, and then kind of put together a path forward for us once we hit the ground running in the fall. So yes, Kristen, it'll be a reach out for the members.
Can you? I just want to see, are there any other comments, thoughts, questions?
So just to Ray, I can give a little bit of context. When we did Boost 26, we were talking about a targeted audience of seniors in the city of 12th graders who lived in the city of Wilmington. It was in the neighborhood of 510-ish students who were actually city residents that attended the partnering districts, which includes Votech, Brandywine, Red Clay, Christine, and Colonial. This year, currently, we targeted new 9th graders in those respective districts, and the number of students that was in the target population was about 664 that were new 9th graders that lived in the city of Wilmington. And we continue to get quarterly updates regarding their academic progress and updates regarding the work of the community graduation coaches and the resources that the districts are utilizing. So it is ongoing work, and those are the numbers as they stood at the start of the school year.
Are you ready for the question?
Yeah, I guess we just need someone to make a motion.
What the motion is on the screen.
So moved.
So it's been moved by Dawn, seconded by
Seconded, Kristen.
Kristen. Thank you. Any further discussion on the motion? Please indicate your approval or your objection in the chat, please. And the motion again is to approve the use of funds from the Reading Consortium to support wraparound services for students that are in the Boost initiative for the next 3 years. Yep, that's good. Great. Thank you. So there's the next steps. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. So again, we are the decision-making process is the next step would be for the motion that has just been carried to be presented to the full Reading Consortium on June the 5th. And the anchor location is DSU at the riverfront. And I guess you'll be, if you're going to join by Zoom, that information is there.
And then the last bullet, Ray, is just the future long-term planning for middle and high school. That'll begin with me reaching out this summer to each of the members of the work group to assess their status in terms of engaging in the work offline over the summer and then kicking off into the fall.
Okay, thank you. And if you're so inclined that you know that you want to participate in the planning, you can put that in the chat as well. Okay, that was our singular agenda item. Well, public comment.
We had one. We had Karen
Ms.
Eller.
Eller.
Miss Eller.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Good.
I was just hoping with the students in the Boost program, I was hoping there could be just an increased effort in supporting our students that are homeless and displaced, our middle and high school students. And I'm hoping with the high population or high number of students that are displaced or unaccompanied or homeless in the city of Wilmington, that there is an increased effort to focus on that group that are in the Boost program that have been identified.
Thank you, Karen. I mean, that's one thing I believe, if they're tagged in Data Service Center for their status, we do have the ability to pull that information if it's indicated as such through either transportation or other. So that's something we can definitely start to look at more detailed. I think
that's important moving forward when you're talking about increased services and supports for our students in the city of Wilmington, especially with the high number of our homeless students. Mm-hmm. So moving forward, if just kind of don't forget about that group with the work ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to make public comment?
I don't
Okay,
see
so,
any hands.
so Jeff, Cora, Dr. Scott would like to assist with planning. Dr. Johnson, from our public, but Tamara Smith, Superintendent Green or his designee, and and Dr. Edney. Is that? Yeah, that's everybody. Good. So Jeff, you don't have to make phone calls. You're on mute, Jeff. Or maybe he's talking to somebody else.
Jeff, you're
Jeff,
muted.
you're muted.
I'm sure there's a better way to capture this than taking a picture of the chat, but I'm technologically challenged at times. So I
No,
just took
she's
a picture of the
recording it.
chat. So I got.
And we got the chat downloads. I can save the chat. So I have everyone listed.
Yeah,
All right.
saves it, she'll
And-
have the documentation of
Yep.
it.
Karen, we'll count you in. You're going to help us out a little bit. You'll be our boots on the ground. We'll get you involved in the discussions.
All right. So I guess we'll ask Haley to send out a doodle poll. We're gonna let you enjoy your summer. But we're gonna get a head start so we don't find ourselves rushed when it's time to make recommendations for FY 2024. Are we in FY 2024 now?
Thanks. So.
5.
No, FY 2025,
That'd be
right?
5.
But September to December, January comes really quickly.
Mhm.
I know you all know that. So everybody good? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I could move.
Common consent? Have
Thank
a
you.
good
Y'all.
holiday.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.